Play You Can't Touch This.
You can't touch this.
Voice recognition technology
You can't touch
in a lift in Scotland. You ever tried voice recognition technology? No.
You can't touch this.
Let me think. Okay, here you go.
Set my timer for 30 minutes.
Okay, 30 minutes and counting.
Voice and writing's much easier now. I went from B's to A's. General Ulysses S. Grant was successful because he used fewer supply lines.
Siri, why is 1 foot longer than the other? Siri, what is the driving time from New York to LA?
Don't do Scottish accents.
11.
Could you please repeat that?
11. Read me the message.
New message from Sebastian. Great news. We got the go-ahead. Can you meet at 10?
Reply, definitely. I'll see you there.
You have not selected a floor.
We have 11!
If you would like to get out of the elevator without selecting a floor, simply say, "Open the doors, please."
Is it going to be chilly in San Francisco this weekend?
Not too cold. Maybe down to 61 degrees in San Francisco.
Control my computer with my voice, no typing. I write reports better and faster, so I do get home sooner.
11. 11. 11.
New notification from messages. Sandy Chen. Are we still on for dinner tonight?
Reply. Sure, I'll be there.
Here's your reply to Sandy Chen. Sure, I'll be there.
Send.
Play Keep Your Hands to Yourself.
Don't give me no lines and keep your hands to yourself.
All right, Dad. We get it.
Scotland, ya bastard!
Scotland!
Scotland!
Scotland! Freedom!
The history of voice recognition technology can be thought of much like watching a child grow up and develop. When the technology was first invented in the 1950s, it was in a stage of development much like baby talk. The Audrey system, invented by Bell Labs in 1952, only recognized digits spoken by a single voice. It wasn't for another 10 years that any developments had been made in this area of technology. In the 1960s, IBM released the shoebox machine, which could understand 16 words and only in English. For years, the only advancements made were technology that supported 4 vowels and 9 consonants. So you can imagine how little the vocabulary of these machines was. In 1970s, the Department of Defense's DARPA speech recognition research program invented Harpy, which could understand 1,011 words, a vocabulary similarly sized to that of a 3-year-old. Now we're in the 1980s. In this decade, speech recognition's vocabulary grew to several thousand words and was always growing. This was thanks to a new statistical method known as the hidden Markov method. This essentially assumed all unknown variables or sounds were words. Now that speech recognition had a decent-sized vocabulary, it began to be used in different fields. It served as an asset for both businesses and in the medical field, and eventually in homes for entertainment value. Installing the technology into toys such as dolls that could respond to kids became very popular. Because of this implementation of the hidden Markov model, speech recognition continued to grow, and with the sophisticated touch of companies like Microsoft, IBM, and Apple, it grew up into the sassy young adult we know today. Aside from developing a large vocabulary, voice recognition technology needed to be user-friendly, and that meant conversation being a two-way street. This meant, for as much as we desired the technology to understand a wide variety of dialects and speech patterns, the technology should be able to respond in the most human way possible. This did not happen overnight, and it wasn't until the last few years that voice recognition even felt conversational. Check out some of the bumps along the road of voice recognition technology.
And of course, back in that day, we didn't have any clue. Back then, concatenation sounded like this. You know, it was very, very robotic, and it was very hard to imagine that in just 6 years it would have smoothed out to the point that. But what actually happened before the text-to-speech, I did something for Lucent Technologies, and they had me wearing this thing called a laryngograph that went around my neck.
Sounds terrifying.
Like a collar? Yeah, it was. I just found it so fascinating. I said, I'm in. And then, I don't know, something Lucent went away or something, and that never happened. But yes, the original recordings were done as text-to-speech voices, and it was done in 2005, the whole month of July 2005, 4 hours a day. But originally, it was just a bunch of sentences and phrases that were created so that every single combination of vowels and consonants and syllables
could be pieced
could
together.
be spoken.
Now that we've heard from the woman who is Siri, we're going to try her out. And to help me with this is a special guest, my mother, who has never used Siri before.
Okay.
So we're going to watch my mom send a text message through Siri for the first time. So, what do you do first?
Hit the home button to turn it on.
Okay.
Okay. Slide open my my screen, and then hit the button again, correct? Okay. Oops. Siri, send a text to Keith.
Which Keith?
Keith Dines.
Okay, what do you want to say to Keith Dines?
Having a lovely time, wish you were here.
Ready to send it?
Yes.
Okay, I'll send your message.
Did it send?
It says it's doing something.
Amazing. Look
Who knew?
at that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
No. Oh, I was thanking them for being here. But I'll send it back to you, me. These days, voice recognition technology is all around us. Because it is so sophisticated and advanced, we rely on it for a large number of things. With Google Maps, Garmin, Apple Maps, and other GPS systems, voice recognition helps us find our way. It has also made great strides in the medical field, assisting those with disabilities. Like we saw in the intro video, voice recognition opens up a world of opportunity for the blind to use communication technology. It is also an excellent tool for education, especially in children with dyslexia or ADHD. However, the argument can be made that the growing popularity and ease of this technology, understanding grammar, typing skills, and general word processing could be lost on this next generation that's growing up with such sophisticated voice recognition technology. This brings us to our main section, which is the tetrad of voice recognition. With every technology comes pros and cons, but the way that the technology affects the socio-economic culture is very important and worth observing. With the technology like voice recognition that not only provides a service by allowing hands-free communication, but also engages the user in return, there are a number of variables to look at for this tetrad. The tetrad breaks down into 4 main sections: enhances, makes obsolete, retrieves, and reverses. For each section, we'll take a brief look at the statement and its supporting materials. The first quadrant is enhances. Voice recognition technology enhances efficiency in general technology use. This means that by implementing voice recognition technology, you are often multitasking, and multitasking with very little human risk, because you're only engaging with the technology by using your voice, which doesn't require anything from you but air. The second quadrant is makes obsolete. In the same way that voice recognition enhances efficiency, it makes physical word processing obsolete, meaning that because all you have to know is how to speak and make sounds that the technology understands, that's all you need. Grammar, spelling, and typing skills become pointless very quickly. Next is retrieves. Voice recognition retrieves a new tone to the typed word. By talking to text, you have created a more conversational style of language that was not found before this option for communication was available. Finally, the fourth quadrant is reverses. Voice recognition reverses literary form. Writing as a profession or writing skills as a job requirement require a form that cannot be duplicated by dictating a thought process. Even if one were to dictate their thoughts, those thoughts must then be organized in a traditional literary form. Because text has no nonverbal indicators associated with it, such as tone, facial expression, or body language, not every text that has been dictated will be read with the same expression it was originally spoken with.
If you're like me, you like talking to things. Hello, lamp. Hello, pants. But it's frustrating when things don't listen. Find Gary Busey. Find Gary Busey! But this new Amazon Fire TV listens to me, Gary Busey.